Alright, what's going on, folks? This is Clayton over at AndroidAuthority.com. Today I'm bringing you a head-to-head comparison between the LG Optimus 4X HD and the AT&T variant of the HTC One X. Now, these phones are both super hot right now. They're great devices. They're powerful. They're built well. They're high-end Android smartphones. So we're going to put them head-to-head and show you which one comes out on top. Anyways, we'll get into some of the hardware, software, and native features of each of these phones in a minute. First, we'll go over the build quality. Both feel really solid in the hands. They're built nice. They're just about equal in weight, and they feel really nice. On our HTC, we've got a sealed-in battery that's 1,800 milliamps, so not too big, but it's up there for smartphones these days. And in the LG, we've got a 2,140 milliamp battery, which is actually removable, and you can probably get extended batteries here in the near future for the LG. So the battery life goes to the LG on that one. Anyways, we look on top. We've got our headphone jack on each, and on the HTC One X, we're featuring Beats audio. We also have a micro USB here, and we've got our volume rocker. Now on the LG Optimus 4X HD, we've got our volume rocker right here, as you can see, and we've got our power button here on top. Micro USB on bottom. Anyways, the cameras on each of these devices are both 8 megapixel. We've got some flash. We've got 1080p HD video recording, and then we've got a 1.3 megapixel on the LG Optimus 4X HD, and we have a 1.3 megapixel on the HTC One X as well. Now, both of these front-facing cameras are capable of 720p video capture. So we'll just pop the display on each of these phones. As you can see, the LG Optimus 4X HD is bearing a 4.7-inch HD IPS LCD screen. We've got some capacitive buttons there on bottom. We've got our home, back, and our menu button. And then our HTC One X also has a 4.7-inch HD screen. Now, this is a Super LCD 2 screen. Both have 720p by 1280 resolution. Anyways, we'll unlock this. We've got our capacitive buttons down here on the HTC One X, the back, home, and the recents. So upon unlocking each device, we notice that we're running different UIs. Both do run the Ice Cream Sandwich operating system from Android, but the Optimus is running the 3.0 Optimus UI, and the Sense is running the HTC Sense 4.0 UI. And both of these UIs are just fine. They are carrier skins. We don't have stock Android on either of these phones. So before we get into any more hardware, we'll just make note of some of the differences in UI between these two phones. Now, if on our first look and feel, we notice that we can expand the dock bar on each of these phones. Simply drag an icon down and we can create a folder in the dock bar of the HTC One X, or we can drag an icon in and actually expand the number of icons we're holding in the dock bar of the LG Optimus 4X HD. Now, the cool thing about the 4X HD is that every single icon is customizable and resizable. So we can choose the edit here, and we'd actually be able to choose which icon we want to represent that, and we can even create a photo icon and resize it. Now, the HTC One X lacks that feature, but much like the LG Optimus, you can grab an icon, move it to a folder. Very simple, unlike the Galaxy S3 where the TouchWiz UI makes that a little difficult. Anyways, we've got our native widgets on each. A lot of cool stuff. We've got a lot of clocks with HTC as usual, and we've got some cool clocks and weather widgets with the LG as well. Anyways, we'll pull down our notification bar. So you can see in the AT&T version of the HTC One X, we don't have any notifications, so it's lacking much of anything in the notification bar, whereas on the LG we have all of our different toggles. We've got our quick memo, sound, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that stuff, and we can actually edit which toggles appear there. Now we also can access the settings from each of these toggle menus here, and basically have the same amount of settings on each. Of course, we've got our Wi-Fi, our network settings, Bluetooth, mobile. On each we have NFC, and we can use the Android Beam to transmit data, apps, videos, you name it. On the HTC we can actually personalize by going through here. We can choose the scene. Now we can go through and choose HTC, travel, play, work, all that stuff. Now, much like the themes on the HTC One X, as we can see here, we do have some themes on the LG Optimus, accessed by going on the home screen options. So anyways, we go to our theme. We've got Optimus, Biz, Cozy Wall, Marshmallow. Now, what actually is cool about the LG is that when you choose a theme, it themes the whole entire thing. Icon packs, your menus, your widgets, everything whatsoever. We can also change the font. Now, that's cool about both phones. They each have that. On the HTC, we've got our wallpaper style, options here. We can just do that by scrolling here and clicking the wallpaper on the LG Optimus 4X HD. We've got our display and gestures on each. We can go to our gesture features. We have tilt sensitivity. We can flip devices to stop incoming calls. We can enable our 3-finger gestures on the HTC there. We've got our apps. We can manage our apps from here as well. We've got some power saving features on both. And of course we have our developer options because they're ice cream sandwich devices. If we go into the About phone, we can see that on the LG Optimus 4X HD we're running Android 4.0.3, and then we are also running Android 4.0.3 on the HTC One X. Now here we have the Sense version 4.0, and like I said earlier, we have the Optimus UI version 3.0 on here. Now getting into some of the native features that each of these phones possess that are really cool, we'll start with the LG Optimus 4X HD. Pull down the status bar here and we can go to our quick memo. Now what the quick memo allows you to do is actually open itself up, draw on any application you're in, no matter what you're viewing on the phone. We can actually just use the quick memo application. Do this, draw anywhere you want. It's all good there. We can save it, we can erase, and we can share it with people. So if we're in an app, want to create a memo, show some people some stuff, send them that. On the LG, we can access our recent apps by holding the home menu. That's where we will swipe them away, much like the stock ice cream sandwich Android task manager. Then on the HTC One X, we have our dedicated button where we can swipe away simply by flicking upwards. Takes a little more time and it's a little more tedious, but it does have a nicer user interface. This looks pretty cool. So we do have our camera, and when we're just shooting a photo, we can click. Both are actually pretty fast. We can access our camera options on the top here on the HTC One X. Choose if we want to use the main camera or the front-facing camera. We've got our self-timer, our image resolution options, video quality options, the duration, the white balance, video camera options. We've got our settings here on the LG Optimus 4X HD. We've got our flash, brightness, focus, image size, the white balance, of course, geotagging. That's a recent feature on a lot of phones. Then we switch our front-facing camera there. Then we'd actually have to press this button to choose whether or not we wanted to record or to take a picture, while on the HTC One X we can simply either choose to record or to take a picture. Anyways, HTC One X does have the burst mode that the LG Optimus 4X HD is lacking. So web browsing is going to be basically about the same thing. We've got our controls down here for add, bookmark, saved, and tabs, as well as our menu up here on the HTC One X where we can enable Flash Player and view the desktop site. And we can actually pull up this tab here on the LG Optimus, go back and forward, create a new window, create a new tab, and then go to our bookmarks. Up here is where we have our tab manager where we can slide to the left and right. And on our tab manager for the HTC One X, we actually can scroll through like this. Now they're basically the same web, so it's not worth getting too much. Each of these phones are awesome, guys. I would suggest checking them out for yourselves if you're in the market for a high-end smartphone. Both are sexy, they're powerful, they're fast, and they're going to get the job done. So stay tuned with AndroidAuthority.com, guys, because there's plenty more where this came from.